Hello everybody, John Craig here with Performance Plus Tennis. Welcome to today's discussion where we're going to talk about what is wrong with Novak Djokovic. He lost once again today in the Madrid Masters in the first round. That's his third consecutive defeat and his second time this year that he's lost 3 matches in a row. His record this year is 12-7, and since he won the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024, which to me was the crowning achievement of his career, he has really struggled. Typically, he really dominates the Asian swing. He was really not a real factor there. He did obviously get to the semifinals in the Australian Open and had his injury. Not sure he would have won that match anyway, but since then, it has been just pretty much downhill for him. And, really, what is wrong? And I'm getting some inquiries from some of my students saying, what is wrong? Is he injured? Is he losing his motivation? Has his game changed? Is he getting slower? Is he not as powerful? What is going on? And so we're going to answer those questions and more in today's discussion. And stick around to the end. I'd love for you to also contribute and put your comments down below as well. So let's go ahead and get started. What is going on with Novak Djokovic? So to me, it's a really simple answer. There is nothing wrong with Novak Djokovic. Okay, he's the same player. He's got all the experience to play. He's smart, he's fit, no doubt he's working hard to be the very best he can be still. He's a very incredibly dedicated athlete. You could argue that maybe he's lost a half of a step here and there because he's getting older. He's 37 years old now, but that really isn't that evident when you watch him play. You know what the problem really is? The players are getting a lot better. This surge of young players that are coming up is the strongest surge of young players that we've had in a long, long time, maybe ever. And there are so many players that believe that they can beat Novak and feel no pressure. They don't feel any pressure when they play against him. They have nothing to lose. And they've got all the athleticism, the power, the shot selection. They've got everything going on. And these guys, just like today, when Arnaldi stepped on the court, he stepped on the court believing that he could beat Novak. And 2 years ago, that wouldn't be the case. Most of these players would step on the court saying, okay, I'm going to give it my best shot, but I know I'm probably going to lose. Now they're stepping on the court believing that they can win. And that is a big, big difference. There's so much more tour-level confidence playing against Novak than there was even just 2 years ago. And that makes a huge difference because all of these players can play the shots. They can all make the shots. They're all great movers, got plenty of power. The difference is that they believe in the key moments of the match that they can perform at their best and go for their shots. And they are doing that. And for Novak, if his game has changed at all, he's feeling like he needs to end the points quicker. And he's going for more shots that are more low percentage. And the reason is because these other players are such great athletes and they're covering the court so well that they're shrinking the court. So Novak feels as though he has to hit the lines to win these points against these guys. They're so quick, so agile, and so powerful, he feels like he has to do something more than he's used to doing. And to me, that's probably the big reason why we're seeing more unforced errors out of Novak. He had a lot of unforced errors today on his two-handed backhand. Very uncharacteristic for him as well. And even on clay, you would think the unforced errors would be lower. But he's really struggling to find a strategy, a tactical approach to playing against this new generation of players. And let's just go through these players a little bit and think about this. Can Novak really win another Grand Slam title? He's at 99 tour level titles. I think he will get 100, but I really heavily doubt he's going to win another Grand Slam. His only really chance, in my opinion, is at Wimbledon, and he's going to have some luck go his way as well to win that tournament. Let's just go through the list of players here. I've got 15 players that are all either in their mid-20s or younger that are up and coming and are only going to get better. Sinner, of course, he's only 23 years old. Be interesting to see how he plays when he comes back. I knocked Zverev out, and the reason is I don't keep him on this list. He's 28 years old. I think he's playing as good as he's ever going to play, and when he steps on the court against these players like Novak in a final, he feels a lot more pressure to win that match because he's running out of opportunities, and he knows that. Alcaraz, he's only 21 years old. Amazing, right? Fritz is doing pretty well. He's 27, but he's surging. I don't think he's a threat necessarily to win a Grand Slam, but he's doing okay. Jack Draper, my gosh, big, strong, left-hander, playing amazing. Obviously won Indian Wells, terrific player. Dominier is making a great surge. He's 26 years old. Holger Rune just won last week in Barcelona. Played amazing against Alcaraz. He's only going to get better. Musetti played amazing last week as well, or in Monte Carlo, and played really well. I think he's a threat. He's a great player. Ben Shelton, who wants to play against Ben Shelton on a hard court, especially late in a tournament after you've been playing, and especially in a Grand Slam with five-set matches. Tough guy to play against. Arthur Fils, 20 years old. He's already number 14 in the world. This guy is a big-time threat. And then we go down to Mensik, who won in Miami. He's only 19 years old, and he beat Djokovic in the final in Miami. Okay, let's flip over here. Let's take a look. Pericard, 21 years old, 6'8". Who wants to play him indoors or on a hard court or on a grass court? Oh my gosh, nobody, right? And then we got Arnaldi, who won today against Djokovic, and he's 24 years old. And then we got Kismenzovic. If I mispronounce that, I apologize. He's 21 years old, playing really well. And then we can flip over and get to a couple more here. Haven't even mentioned Fonseca yet. Only 18 years old. He is an enormous threat and certainly believes that he can beat Djokovic when he gets on the court against him. And then, of course, we've got 19-year-old Lerner Teen, who made a great run at the Australian Open. So those are just 15 young players that step on the court and believe that they can compete and even beat Novak Djokovic. So we're not even talking about the veterans that are out there. But I think that what's wrong with Novak? There's really nothing wrong with Novak except that Father Time could be catching up with him a little bit. But probably more impactful than anything is this amazing surge of players that are coming up that step on the court and believe that they can beat him. So what do you think? I would love for you to put your comments down below, and I will say that, Novak Djokovic is amazing. He's the greatest competitor, tennis player, all-around tennis player in the history of our sport. It's kind of sad to see that he's not able to succeed at the level he was before. But I think his time is running out, and it'll be very interesting to see how long he sticks around. If he feels as though he can't win a Grand Slam, I don't think he'll stick around long. He has so many opportunities to do so many things post-professional tennis career that are very fulfilling and challenging for him that I would be surprised if he sticks around that much longer. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Stick around, we've got a lot more coming here at Performance Plus Tennis, and we'll see you in the next video.